Welcome back to Your Hour. Joining me now is Jamie Whitfield, who is my associate producer. She's also a recovering addict, and her main platform is to reach out to the society, the people in the addict society that would really like to make a change in their lives. And she also posts all these segments on YouTube so that you can go back and watch these segments on YouTube. And, I think they're very inspiring and very helpful.
Thank you, Miss Cheryl. So today I just wanted to talk about change, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes that word seems really scary for most, but basically change is to replace something with something else. And hopefully it's, something better.
Yeah,
than what
hopefully
you
it's
had.
something healthier.
Right. And so, basically, you want to change something, and in recovery terms, and based, that change, you have to start changing your thinking. And that's the main thing. We as addicts, we battle our mind. It's a mind disease, basically. The drugs are just like the symptom of the disease. You use them to cope with whatever you're battling in your mind. And so, I've been going through some things as well in my life, dealing with life on life's terms, and just, very humble and full of gratitude that I have changed that thinking. For me, recovery is the act of changing your ideas, your thinking, your behaviors. And so I just found it appropriate just to talk about how, when you start changing things in your life and your thinking and your behaviors and the way you live, you just know you have that hope that a change is going to come, and it will come for the better. When you hit your rock bottom and you decide you've had enough, you're tired of sleeping in a car, or you're tired of damaging relationships in your life with your children, your family, your financial burdens, your troubles. And just at the end of my using date, I was tired of being sick and tired. And I was tired of always worrying about when this is gone, where am I going to get more?
Yeah.
So that gave me, at the end of my addiction, that allowed me that something's got to be better. Change is going to come, if I want it to come.
Right.
And so I know for me that even now in recovery, I desire changes, for the better. And it does help, it strengthens my recovery to want something more and better to replace that old stuff with the new stuff. And so that's just basically, where I've been at, like, especially this week.
I know, it's been a rough week.
Yes. And so, I just have to hold on to the thoughts and my hope and faith that change is going to come, even when you're at, times in your life that, you're like, oh, you don't dare say what else could happen,
Because it will.
Yeah, I know that I carry the message of, change is going to come, this too shall pass, and as long as I stay, focused and stay connected to my higher power, I stay connected to the rooms of my 12-step program that I choose to follow, and stay connected to my support group and my sponsor. I know that change is going to come for the better, and it hasn't been easy to be where I'm at today with that thought process. It comes over time. But, I just, every day that I've put under my belt, I knew that tomorrow would be better, because I knew that the change would come,
Well, and over the last year, I've had opportunity to kind of watch you and see how you process things. And you really have a very, to me it's unique, but it's very real. You talk things out.
Yes.
And you talk to you talk to other people, you talk to yourself, you talk to your other personalities.
Yes, yeah.
But you process things by talking it out, and you you remind yourself, at times when you think, man, I'd sure like to use, I just would need to get away from this stress. But you also process the fact that when you use, it causes more stress.
Yes.
And so the consequences of those actions, and you
Right.
don't want to go down that hole.
No, I mean, and it's been a process, because recovery, recovery, you might, stop using, and that might happen overnight. But the recovery process, it's a process over a lifetime, And so for me, I have to play that whole tape out. I always use this metaphor, but I always look out through the windshield and not the rearview mirrors, because the rearview mirrors, that would allow me to have that instant gratification and go use, But when I play the whole tape out through the windshield, and like I told you earlier, my addiction talks to me in my own voice. And we have we have staff meetings sometimes. and so being able to argue with that inner voice, my addiction, and just process the whole thing through, that's, I'm sitting here today, with over a year clean. Because sometimes my addiction, it's a cunning and baffling addiction, and I battle it, every day.
Yeah.
But it is a choice, on a daily, and sometimes minute by minute, it's a choice. It just depends where I'm at mentally, and what I'm going through.
Right.
And so, for me to be able to do that, I've had to, utilize the tools that I have been given,
Yeah.
Through my outpatient therapy, my meetings that I attend. These are, other people's experience, strength, and hopes that they can get through something like, whatever they're going through, so can I. And they did that no matter what, clean. And that's the major thing for me. And that's what keeps me clean, is I do process them things that are going on in my life. And it does get a little easier over time to be able to play the whole tape out and process things, and know that no matter what, as long as you don't use, you can get over this, and you can get through it.
And chances are, if you were to use, you would just compound the problem.
Oh, yes,
And
yes.
this way, it's workable.
Right. And I'm not willing to give up the work that I've done to be where I'm at today. And I mean that on a physical, spiritual, and emotional level. I would lose myself,
Yeah.
and I don't want to lose who I know to be. I'm Jamie, and I'm a queen, and I'm in recovery, and I've been delivered from my disease of addiction, and I have worked hard to be where I'm at today, and it's not worth giving it up.
Well, your relationships with your family
Yes.
have improved
Yes.
considerably.
Yes, it has.
Well, Jamie, thanks so much for joining us today and
Thank you,
sharing your
Janelle.
message.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in just a couple minutes with John Allert from Gallery 12.